So Donald Trump's plan to hide in Florida to avoid arrest and extradition to New York to face justice for the things he's done may not be possible. Check this clip out.
There was a story in the New Yorker some time ago that said that there are rumors that Ron DeSantis, the governor of Florida, would try to stand in the way of an extradition back to New York. So that's a conversation we're having. What is the governor's power? And the governor's power to stop an extradition is really non-existent. He can try to delay it. He can send it to a committee and do research about it. But his role is really ministerial. And ultimately, the state of New York can go to court and get an order to extradite the former president. But DeSantis could delay matters.
So that was on CNN earlier, where a lawyer, a district attorney from Florida basically says that, we've been hearing in the media a potential plan where Florida Republican governor, who's a Trump ally and potentially Trump's 2024 VP pick, would use his powers as governor to prevent officials from New York from indicting and arresting Donald Trump, and therefore prevent him from being forced to go to New York to face a courtroom, to face a jury, to face a judge for his tax fraud claims. Trump is basically being accused of tax fraud, either inflating or deflating his net worth and his income and all these sorts of things to get certain advantages, and that he would be protected in Florida. But it turns out the plan isn't going to work. And this is great to see because we all want to see Trump face justice, and we don't want the prospect of him basically being able to use Mar-a-Lago or the entire state of Florida as a way to avoid justice in New York, where he committed for years various forms of tax crimes. And this is actually quite fascinating for the political angle, because as I noted in a previous video, it sort of put Ron DeSantis in a bit of a tricky spot, because clearly Ron DeSantis could score major political points by defending Donald Trump, by using his gubernatorial power to protect Trump. Nothing would endear him more to the MAGA base and therefore set him up for a primary victory in 2024 or in 2028 than literally keeping Trump out of jail, literally keeping Trump out of the courtroom. On the other hand, it could backfire, it could make him look like he's abusing his power, and it could hurt him in a presidential election with moderate voters who, again, don't really like Donald Trump. Donald Trump isn't liked beyond the Republican Party. He's beloved within it, hated beyond it. Right? And so Ron DeSantis was in a tricky position. Some opportunities, but also some pitfalls. But now I wonder if this is the perfect scenario for a DeSantis, because he can delay, as this video notes, but not ultimately stop Donald Trump from being sent away. So he can use his powers to delay, he can defend the president, he can sort of slow it down a little bit to say he's just doing it to ensure that Trump's rights are protected, but ultimately know that he doesn't have the power to stop anything and create some sort of national crisis or conflict between the state of New York and the state of Florida. And that could allow him to capture the MAGA base, and if Trump does go to trial and does go to prison and can't run in 2024, he doesn't just have to worry about being Trump's VP, he could have the nomination for himself. So Donald, one of your lifelines is gone. You thought you could hide out in Florida like a political refugee, but if New York comes knocking, you're going to have to go back.